Yeah.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
everybody.
today.
Welcome, people of Earth.
Yeah. What?
Welcome, people of
What
Earth.
about people?
No,
What about people not
we're
on
not
Earth?
talking to them. Yo, this government's been dropping little UFOs. Yeah, yo, we got we got UFO stuff here and stuff there. And yo, it's just like people are like, yeah, whatever. What about TikTok? Save TikTok.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what the fuck. You seen that shit? We got something in the quick blitz that I'm gonna talk about. That I'm just like, it's every science fiction movie has been happening for the last year, and nobody gives a fuck.
Yo,
Nobody.
yo, it's so crazy. Like right now, you can just drop bombs on people, not literal bombs, but you can just and people are like, yeah, whatever. Save TikTok.
Hi everyone. This
up?
is PopNerdom, the show where Hanz and I talk about everything that's popping in the nerd world and apparently in the real world, because the shit is like a fucking nerd movie.
It's yeah.
You know, it's
Yep.
really a sci-fi. We're living a sci-fi world.
We are living in a sci-fi world.
I'm your boy Six.
It's your boy Hanz.
Actually, I'm your boy Six, and this is my pimple because it won't leave my face. Have you ever done every Dominican trick to get rid of a pimple?
Oh hell
Have
yeah.
you done every Dominican trick? Put olive oil.
I
Stupid.
put freaking dique
Toothpaste.
pata diente toothpaste. Yeah.
Put toothpaste. I put toothpaste. Well, you know what? Toothpaste dries it out. Like that really does work. Like it just like it kind of dries it out. So by the next day you're ready to go. Or Viva Poru, Big paper rub. Like you put big paper rub on it, and something happens to it, like it dries out. I mean, I'll tell you this. I put toothpaste one night. By the next day, it was out. Painlessly. But I have this fucking red fucking dot on my face that won't fucking go away. So say hello to my pimple, everybody.
Hey,
it's
pimple.
here to stay. His name is George.
Like Trump.
Fuck. He's like, nobody invited him, but he's here.
He said, yo, y'all can go to the supermarket, but y'all can't vote. They ain't safe enough to vote. Nah.
Right. Nah, like, it's okay for you to die at your job to bring back the economy.
Oh, of course.
Quote, but
go slave
voting,
for Amazon, you know what I mean?
But voting is dangerous. Don't you dare.
And yo, you know what's crazy, bro? Like, yo, people were, the thought of maybe Obama taking the guns away was enough for people to go nuts. He never said that. Trump actually said, maybe we should pull back the election, but that doesn't. But whatever,
that
I digress.
Doesn't make anybody.
That doesn't.
You know what I'm saying?
No. Nope.
I gotta. You know. We had. You know what pisses me off, Hansi? There was a civil war in this country where everybody was fighting each other within the. This wasn't against England. Obviously, this was a United States war with itself, and there was still fucking voting happening.
Yo, straight up. Motherfuckers was dying. You're like, you might get shot on the way.
But you gonna go vote.
Voted.
And then this motherfucker talk about, like, can we pause it? I mean, you can go to Walmart. Go to Walmart, do it, but let's not vote. Fucking come on, man. Whatever. I don't. This ain't the quota, so I don't want to get into this shit too much because then I'm gonna start fucking riling up, and I'm not gonna stop.
But bro, listen. Like we said, it's like we're living in a science fiction movie, bro. It's like
it truly is. It truly is.
Yo, we're in Castle Rock in freaking Stephen King's freaking little crazy universe where all of his stories happen. You know what I'm saying? Like
nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. So we'll be dead soon. And we black, so we going first. You know what I'm saying?
For real. Speak about it. We are not the chosen few.
Halfway through the movie, none of us will be here. You know what I'm saying? Like in the first quarter of the movie, we give you the example.
First act gone. First act.
In any case, that's not Nerdom shit. So let's get into the nerd shit because that shit. Well, actually, fuck that. because what we're talking about in this nerd shit has a lot to do with all of this. The awareness of people, the way that the world has been changing, the pointing at the racism of this United States that we live in, and it's interesting because
right now we're basically holding a mirror and saying,
Yeah.
"This is what you look like. This is you.
yeah,
This isn't me twisting your
Absolutely.
words. This is you.
no,
This is you."
this is you. And so look, the two stories that I picked for and usually Hansi and I, one of us picks a subject and then we discuss it, or both of us pick a subject and we pick the better one. But I came down with this subject because I found that it was so interesting that so the guy that played in Daredevil, there was the Chinese mafia that was part of the whole thing, and there was the old Chinese lady, and she had a right hand man that would show up all of the time.
Yep.
And the guy that played that character accused Jeff Lowe of literally telling the writers, like, fucking don't worry about this guy. Don't like, nobody cares about Chinese people. Literally say that and be like, don't spend too much time on this people, because nobody cares about Chinese people. So just make it about, Daredevil and whatever.
Yeah, like, don't flush out this character. Don't flush out, you know what I mean? Make it as superficial as possible. Just throw him in. It don't matter.
And then he was saying that the lady, and I'm very dumb not to write her name down, but the lady that played Madame Chow, right? That was her name in the show, I think. When the season 2 premiere happened, she was not invited, and neither was he. And so he got mad that he wasn't even mad that he didn't get invited. He got incensed that somebody of the caliber of an actress like her, who's been acting for fucking 50 years,
she's a
40
G.
years,
She is a G. She is a G.
and did not get invited. He got so angry that he was like, what the fuck is this? And then they were like, oh, we're sorry. But at the same time, Justice League, Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg. Is that his name, Cyborg?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Cyborg.
He's been on a fucking warpath against Joss Whedon, and how he said that Jeff Jones and John Byrne were really pushing for him to just be as abusive as he was through the whole fucking thing. And here, Joss Whedon, Jeff Loeb, Jeff Jones, all three big comic book names. All three of them. They're gigantic comic book names. Everybody that reads comic books knows their names because they kind of were the big names of the late
Wai
90s,
Ching Ho.
the odds.
That is the lady's name.
Thank you. This guy's writing comic books about superheroes and about equality, and can't understand how they're affecting real people in real life. And by the way, Ray Fisher was told to shut the fuck up because he might not be coming back. If there's a Flash movie, he might not be coming back because he's creating too many waves. But fuck that.
Bro, listen, if you're not gonna, I always say keep the same energy. So if you're not willing to risk it all, you know what I'm saying, then you know what I mean? I applaud that man, bro. I applaud. Like,
absolutely.
I might not come back. I might come. Listen, this is the truth. That doesn't make it any. You know what I'm saying? Just because,
so I'm curious.
Like, I could slap you, and just because I said I'm sorry doesn't mean I didn't slap you.
Don't mean that you didn't slap me. Right. You still slap me. Still hurts. So go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, what the hell? Like, just because he might lose a job doesn't mean these things are not happening.
He has to put up with the shit. Yeah. And so, this is part, the part that makes me angry-est is that that's part of the same abuse, right?
Yes, it is.
That's part of the same abuse to be like, yo, I'm gonna threaten your job because you opening your mouth about somebody and you a black man or you a Chinaman, shut the fuck up. So when is it that in the middle of this pandemic, but more importantly, in the middle of another Black Lives Matter like gigantic explosion through the nation that has been really about the inequality of how people get treated simply by the color of their skin, and however you may fall on this issue, however you may think that this is bullshit, and all the people that come out and say blue lives matter, like blue lives are a fucking skin color and not a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about nobody saying that because people of color get mistreated, that means that police officers are not worth anything. Exactly. And nobody's saying that police officers don't put their lives on the line to save everybody's life.
And then how can you be like, yo, not all cops are bad. The media only shows the bad cops. And they'd be like, but those BLM people, they're all horrible. They're all horrible. They're right.
But also, yeah. But also, by the way, the media only shows the bad fucking cops because those are the ones that you gotta fucking show. Why am I gonna show the good cop for? Everybody knows. Exactly. Listen. If you want representation for the good job that you do, absolutely you should get it, and absolutely you deserve the praise for doing the good job. But the bad shit that's happening is costing people their lives. So you save lives too, and every time a cop delivers a baby, because I work in news, I know. Sometimes every time a cop delivers a baby and a cop saves a life, we do show that shit. What happens is that right now
it's not retweeting. It's not,
because it's not retweeting exactly. But you know what? Right now, it's about the cops that are doing a job based on racial profiling that's costing life. And by the way, anybody that tells me like, well, this guy Garner was like a real criminal because he used to sell fucking Lucy's, go fuck yourself,
bruh.
Seriously.
Then let me tell you something. Bro, that most bodega owners are fucking kingpins. If selling Lucy's makes you a career criminal, you know what I'm saying? Because listen,
part of the business. That being part of the business since the business started. Exactly. Selling Lucy,
bust them down, baby. Why am I get $13 when I can get 21?
And so, I gotta tell you. The part about this that's interesting to me is that there is an awakening. And that awakening is bringing down a reckoning. And I think these men are so brave. Yeah. So brave.
Like John Boyega too, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. To put themselves on the line to bring out a point.
Front line, bro. Because don't get me, there's people that are probably funding and bailing out, protesters, but won't put themselves out there. Which is also cool too, but respect those that are putting it all out there,
Absolutely. And so, look, the thing about Ray Fisher is he talking about racism? Not particularly, because he's not saying that Joss Whedon was racist. At least I don't think that's what he's saying. What he was saying is that he was abusive. So what he's speaking to is the matter of work ethic. Exactly. The matter of work ethic from somebody. And, that does sound, if you break it down on that aspect, it does sound a little bit like, wow, is that really what you should be talking about doing this? But let's remember that Joss Whedon is a very rich, very powerful white man that has doors open to himself and can bring that abuse and continue to bring it. Mm-hmm. So is it in the same level as racism? No, but it's abuse. And then you should point at it. In the case of the Daredevil actors that are talking about Marvel and Jeff Loeb, that shit is disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying Chinese people, and so the actor was saying that writers were coming to him and telling him like, yo, the boss says nobody cares about Chinese people. When more than one person is telling you that, the shit has to at least have some
Has to
scent
ring
of
a bell.
truth.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it doesn't mean that they didn't get together and say, yo, let's destroy this man. Of course, it doesn't mean that. But what I mean is, what are the chances that he didn't say something and they were like, whoa, and then brought it forward to this man? You know what I'm
And then
saying?
a lot of these people get comfortable in their power, get comfortable that they don't get checked,
Mm-hmm.
get comfortable that
Mm-hmm.
like an actress or an actor might say some shit and they're like, I can replace you when I just replace you. You know what I mean? Like there's no
Yeah.
accountability, and that's the
But
word.
that's the problem, and you hit it on the head. Accountability. Where is it that you can stand as a human being? Forget being a man, forget being a woman. Although
Forget
men,
being
the,
black,
the
forget
higher
being white. You're just a human.
higher offenders usually white men, and usually men in general. We are the highest offenders of all fucking things.
Yes, sir.
But just for 1 second, as a human being, just realize that you're talking about how you're expressing yourself about a group of people that have the same rights and desires as you do. And then ask yourself if you really can look at yourself in the mirror and say, you're doing okay.
And then I don't understand not wanting to be closer to whatever culture the character represents, because it authenticity only brings out better cinema. Like imagine if blacks and others couldn't were the roles were still being played by white people in blackface. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's do your due
You
diligence,
know,
bro. It's part of the job, bro. Like come in, like I don't know. That's just how I see it. That's just how I see it.
I've been watching Batman the animated series, and I just saw the episode where Montoya comes out for the first time, Renee Montoya. Now I know that's Renee Montoya, but they didn't name her or anything. It's just a character there in the foreground, you know. Montoya, I'm sure that Bruce Timm and those guys, when they were doing Montoya, to them she was probably Mexican, but she, in the comic book continuity, which came from the cartoon. You know, the cartoon came out and they had the character they put in the comic book. The comic book happened to come out before the cartoon, but the cartoon was created. The character was created for the cartoon. In the comic book, she's Dominican. She's the only Dominican character I ever heard of in any comic book while I being alive. And she became the Question, which is one of my favorite characters of all time. Not because Montoya was the Question, because I really liked the Question, and then she became the Question. I was very happy. But what I'm getting at with all of that is representation.
Yes, sir.
What you're speaking to, the true representation that this woman is a lesbian, great, but is a Dominican that works and is a cop. How many Dominican cops do we not know right now? And how come every time you think about Dominicans in representation in media is like Shaft with people?
Motherfucker.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Or what's that movie with that movie that's on Netflix now with Marky Mark, where they're like all the gangsters in that movie? Something Confidential, whatever that's called. Spencer's Confidential.
Yes.
Spencer's Confidential.
Motherfucker.
It's all Dominicans are all the fucking thieves, but not one Dominican could be like a decent person in the whole thing.
No, we're not allowed
And
to.
it's representation that doesn't really capture the
I mean,
reality.
bro, listen, they took Bond and just made him not Porfirio Rubirosa. Like he's not, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So what's always bothered me about representation, like you're speaking of, is I'm Dominican. I'm Dominican born and raised. I moved here when I was 14. So I'm raised Dominican. And I came to this country. I work in television. I've never been in a fucking gang. I never robbed nobody.
No, Rob, don't sell drugs. You know what I'm saying?
I never sold drugs. I barely, in my entire 42 years of life, I barely done weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are people of all walks of life in every culture and representation.
Yeah. Yo, is that the spectrum is not one color. That's like just like when people be like, oh, black on black crime. What the fuck is black on black crime? That's just crime. Because
it's crime.
In Dominican Republic, Dominicans kill Dominicans. Nobody be like, well, Dominican crime has been on the. That's just crime. It's just crime.
Crime is crime.
That's it.
Crime is crime.
And like you have like good people, you have bad people. And it's crazy that most domestic terrorists in this country have been white, but whatever.
But whatever, let's not talk about that because, why? Why people that make cults that kill thousands of people white? You know what I'm saying? You write domestic terrorists that make bombs white. And I'm talking about people in cults with babies, women, children, men that have a great, but whatever. Black man is the danger.
Yeah.
Black on black crime. That's not black on white. That's not white on white crime.
No,
right?
no. They never mentioned.
Why would it be? Why would it be? So, in the department of what's happening today with how we're being awakened as a culture in the middle of a pandemic, which I think is fueling a lot of this too, because I think there's a feeling of time is running out because you might die tomorrow. And
there's a feeling of sitting in uncertainty. You're just marinating in uncertainty. People don't know if they're going to be back to work. People don't, you know what I mean?
Right.
Nobody's talking about this recession that we're in, that we're actually in it. You know what I'm saying? Don't say it. But that's America's problem, yo. America's always been like, yo, don't say nothing.
Don't open your mouth to tell the truth. Because
if you say it, it's real. Like, bro, whether you yell out fire or not, the fire is still burning.
So,
and we didn't start the fire.
It's been always burning since the world's been turning. And that's true. That's true. Yep. It's been burning since the world has been turning. It's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
Can we make changes? And this is the path to change in a little bubble of people that make millions of dollars between themselves. I'm not an actor, and I'm not making millions of dollars. But guess what? The next time they show a Dominican on television, and I hope that they do, or in a movie,
motherfucker,
it's not just going to be a fucking criminal or a crook
or a comic relief.
Or a comic relief. Like, why can't a Dominican be? I mean, I understand. Actually, why can't a Dominican be the hero? What's wrong with that? Why can't a black person be the hero? Look at how well Watchmen did,
bruh.
But you know what I'm saying?
Emmys.
Yo. Like excuse me, Emmys.
Yo. I need that one too. I don't let me get that one.
So there is a space to grow, and I think that's where this kind of conversations are important, because these guys are really putting like smoke signals out for everybody to understand that the shit is not.
And then when people see somebody sacrificing shit, it's like, oh wait, hold up, this ain't no regular Joe Schmo. He has something to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He has something to lose.
Yeah. And why would he? Why would he lose it if it wasn't that important? You know. So I salute this man, and I hope that some of this is a little bit exaggerated, a public perspective, but even if it is exaggerated,
there's a little smoke there. Where there's smoke, there's usually a little bit of fire.
There's a seed of truth, and those things, even if it's not meant in a horrible way, there's racism that happens that people don't mean to be racist, but it's still racism.
Yo, bro. We were speaking about that shit the other time, bro. Like, just the shit with our own cultures. Like, oh, pelo bueno, pelo malo, little things like that. That's self-hate, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is good hair? What is bad hair?
My hair is fantastic, bro. Look
at my shit. I loves it. Nigga, I've been cutting this for so long, and every time I'm just like, nah, man, look at this thing. This thing's alive, baby.
You need to comb that shit. That was what you need to do, bro. Get a comb. I'm gonna get you some product now that I can help you out.
I'm like them little kids, bro. Them little bad little girls and shit. Don't comb my
I
hair.
gotta get you some. Yo, the conditioner that I use. Just the moment you put it in, you put the conditioner in, then you take a shower the rest of your body. You go back to combing it out. That fucking conditioner will untangle all your shit, bro.
Oh, yo,
I guarantee it.
I needs that.
I guarantee it.
I need
Anyways,
that.
um,
I'm living that Rasta life, baby.
let's move on. Let's move on, please. Well, now we talk about hair and shit.
Motherfucker.
Now, you guys remember we reported, and if you don't, I'm gonna tell y'all, AMC and Universal was in a little beef. Universal was like, yo, Trolls made us mad money. We about to go video on demand with everything. AMC said, we will never play another movie of y'all's again.
And what was my reaction to that, Hanz? What was my reaction to that?
Now, apparently, Universal and AMC have brokered a deal, right?
You don't say.
Yeah, because, you know, hey, we kind of need each other, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But whatever. Because, that's just to show you. Listen, you can stand on some shit, but sometimes that hill ain't worth dying on. You know what I mean? Now, AMC...
And it's a bullshit hill. But when you can see that the hill is bullshit from a mile away, that's what makes me angry.
Made a hay. Just waiting for one gust. Just...
Bro, I know you talking shit when you saying that you ain't playing these people's movies.
Y'all don't make movies. Y'all don't make movies.
You're talking shit.
Y'all don't make movies. Where are you going to replace the product? Y'all don't make movies. Where are you going to...
These other motherfuckers, do you really think that if the theaters are open, they're going to put Fast Furious 22 on a TV? Do you really think that? Come on, man.
Yeah, they were both bullshitting on both sides, bro. So now, traditionally, the theaters give... the studios give the theaters 90 days of exclusivity. Minimum. To... show their movie and things like that. It's been reduced to 17 days, which to me, that's a lot. 3 weekends. That's what they're, you know what I mean? But in the deal I was reading, which is not disclosed, but they will be getting a percentage of the video on demand sales. And they said that, AMC, the CEO released a statement. He said that we are excited about this venture because it means more money for the studios, which means more movies will be greenlit. Bro, that don't mean that. I don't know if nobody told you that. That doesn't mean that at all. That just means they gonna keep going. Not at all.
I don't know if you understand how math works.
For real,
the more money. Let me tell you what money math works like. The more money I make, the more money I keep. The less money I give your ass.
Yes, sir. Now, since the details are, they're not shown, we gotta speculate. So I'm like, yo, hold up. Is this percentage in perpetuity? Does it keep going, or is it for a certain time? Because if it just keeps going until, I don't know, forever, you know what I'm saying?
Like, comes out on DVD, right?
Yeah, like how does that work? You know what I mean? So I'm over here like, yo, the cut must be nice for them to reduce it by what? 73 days? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Traditionally, the studio gets 80-20 for video on demand, and it's 60-40 for theater. So they're going to get their 60-40, right? And then they're going to get a little piece of the 80 that the studio is making. That's what I'm speculating. I don't know none of this shit to be true. This is just I'm thinking.
You know, what this sounds like is... What this sounds like to me is, during the pandemic, let's make everybody happy. As soon as the pandemic is over, let's go back to whatever we had before. But during the pandemic, it's like, you're going to lose money, we're going to lose money. Why don't we make this...
Let's try to stop the bleeding, yeah.
Right, and let's try to make look at how Trolls 2 made so much money. So maybe we could.
It might
Maybe
be a
we
fucking
could.
glitch in the system. You know what I'm saying? It just
No,
might.
but I understand. Listen, I understand Trolls 2 because Trolls 2 in the in the beginning of the pandemic
In
when
the
kids were
start of this
fucking
shit,
when kids were fucking
when
nervous as
we're they
fuck
weren't even getting
and
homeschooled yet. Like it was like, you know what I'm saying?
no,
Yeah.
like this the shit was
It was
scary
a
and it
perfect
was a
storm.
kids movie and then it would always and forever make a ton of money because it makes sense. But in the case of a movie say like Black Widow or a movie like
F9,
Mulan. What?
F9, Fast
Yeah,
9.
F9. Who knows what the real like that? Those are the real tests right there.
Right
The
there.
movies that everybody wants to see, like even Bill and Ted 3 is a movie that's like a weird test because that's a movie that really seems fit to be a video on demand movie to begin with. So, okay, you can try it that way and see what happens. But I really think the real test will be a blockbuster. The movie that was gonna make $1 billion, and it was gonna make $1 billion.
Exactly.
When
Like
is
the
that movie? That's the
coming
movie
out.
I want to see them try to really be like, look, you want to get your feet wet, and that's the movie that the theaters are like, you can't do that.
Yep.
If you do that, you got to give me a big cut of whatever you're putting in there. And that's the movies like F9. And I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie except for the first one. I think, and I don't think I saw the first one entire. So, so there you go. But oh no, wait, I saw the one after Paul Walker died. Which one was that one? 14.
Probably 7 or 8. Because
So
they got Hobbs
some
versus Shaw. I don't listen.
one
7
of
too
them,
many.
but
That's what it was.
um, so I saw that one. I seen 2 Fast and the Furious movies. I have no desire to see these movies, but I know for a fact that they make a ton of money. That is a fact.
A
And
fact. I mean, bro, they have their
one
own like piece of Universal Park, so you know they make money.
right.
That way you can see the
So one
cars that they used and blah 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 blah.
absolute. So when you put something like that, to test the waters, somebody's crying. That's why AMC's crying because they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's a portion of $1 billion that I'm not getting a cut of. So I want you to really play this game very carefully because how do I win here? And how do we keep propelling ourselves forward? And really, I guarantee you that conversation was more like, do we really want to sync? Do we really want to sync together? Because you're right, you can make movies for the rest of your existence as a studio and put them on television. But is that what you
The thing we
really
got
want to
going,
do?
the thing we got going. Remember the $1 billion? That might be, it's gonna be really hard to
Because
do
the
$1 billion
moment you put
on
that
video
shit,
on demand.
listen, pirating, pirating a movie in a movie theater versus pirating a movie in your house, very different animals.
Bro,
Very different
bro,
animals.
there's this thing called screen record. It tells you. Let me tell you. Woo.
And
It's true. And
even
then it's like
beyond
the
that,
sharing of the passwords, and it's like, yo, bro, I got it. Why you gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
and even putting a camera pointed at the screen and putting the filter so it doesn't show like you definitely pirating the shit out of that and putting it out there. That is so much quicker, faster,
oh yeah,
and more and
yeah,
more what's the word and more efficient when you're doing it at home versus fucking going to a movie theater and trying to do it. So really, it's a lose. So do you? I think that's what the conversation really was. Like, do you really want to play this game with this shit? Because I'm ready to play too, but
yep,
you know the shit is gonna hit the fan.
bro. That's the man. I don't know. So it's very interesting that after a very public statement like we ain't gonna play y'all shit, that we're like, well, it's very beneficial for both of us this new deal, blah 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 blah. But yo, it's just 73 days difference. That's a lot. That's a lot. So like the cut must be nice to keep AMC not only happy, but they're publicly happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and also they said that some movies they might keep longer depending on how
Yeah.
they're doing.
It'll be of
Like they're
course, of
just
course.
playing with it. It's more control for the studios so that they can be like, all right, let me see. I'm not really getting my money's worth to putting this in the movie theater. Let's pull it out and let's put stuff right into the. And remember, once once there's a vaccine or this is gone, whichever way this goes, remember everybody's not jumping out and going to the theater and sitting next to a stranger.
No.
Like that
Yo,
shit
the
is not
theater
happening right away.
yeah, the theater experience is gonna change a lot, yo. Prices is gonna go up because you're not gonna be able to have as many per per theater room. You know what I'm saying? So,
Watch them tickets go to like $25 each, so you can go watch a movie. $50 just so you can sit down and watch a movie.
Word, not even no popcorn, bro. They're thirsty. Snacks in the bag.
Shit. I don't know. I mean, look, my problem with this story is that I knew this was going to happen. They were full of shit. They were playing chicken with each other. And obviously, Universal
that's
won.
all it was.
And who really, I don't, I mean, other things that Universal have might bother me a little bit more. But this shit, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about Fast 9. I don't give a fuck about Jurassic World 14. There's only one good Jurassic Park movie, and it should have been just the one. So
you know how I feel about that.
Mm-hmm. So I don't I don't care. I don't care. And they were, I mean, I care. The reason why I don't care is because I knew they were full of shit.
Oh yeah, you knew that wasn't gonna.
Bullshit.
Yep. We called it like, I wonder how long. I wonder how long. So somebody said sorry. Somebody was gonna say sorry, and they both said sorry.
Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say sorry now?
So fucking dumb, and such a waste of time and energy and creating drama for no reason. And I think that ultimately Universal wins in this, but Universal was always going to win this because they own the material. If you dealing in the streets and your fucking guy in Colombia don't want to get you no shit, you ain't dealing that.
Nope. That's what I was like. AMC, y'all gonna have to make movies, like, you know.
AMC could have moved into making TV and getting an app where they make their own TV and then charging you $20 a month. And I guarantee you, they would have made their fucking money. I guarantee it right now. They don't have to give a
season
fuck about
55
about
of fucking The Walking Dead, and a prequel, and a spinoff, and a comic book, and a game, and like y'all just, as a company, y'all just really just put all y'all eggs in one basket, like for real.
All day.
And then you're gonna piss off your biggest hen, Universal. You know what I'm saying? Like, woo.
All day. Anyways, let's blitz them.
Let's blitz them. No,
shit. What did I break?
Bam! What did you drop? What did you drop? What did you?
I don't know what just happened.
Heavy. It sounded heavy.
Yeah, I don't know what I just broke, but my girlfriend's not going to be happy.
And it's on camera, too. You can't even know.
I know. I can't even.
It was Aria.
I can't even. Yeah. It was the cat. I'm going to put the cat in here. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to just drop the cat in here on the table. Be like, what's her? I promise you.
Oh, shit.
So.
Let's get ready for the Nerd Blitz.
Go ahead.
All right, so the Batman is coming out with a new movie, animated, of course, Batman: Death in the Family, and this is from the comics where a Jason Todd dies. Now, the interesting thing about this is that you are able to pick your fate. So you have 3 options to pick from.
Okay.
It's like how what was that Black Black Mirror. How they did that whole Vander snatch, whatever the heck it was, and stuff like that.
Porno did that first. Porno did that first. That you choose.
Yeah, that's fire.
Which position with the button.
That's fire. I didn't know that. That's dope. That is dope.
I mean, porno been breaking barriers for a long time, and nobody knows.
I know hell yeah!
I know this because I work in television. But for example, VHS only became a mass-produced, mass-consumed thing because of porno. Because Betamax is a better quality, better tape, but VHS was what porno studios were using because you could record directly into a camera with a VHS camera, and it became the reason why. Blu-ray and HD DVD. Blu-ray was the first one to give pornos like an outlet. Like, yeah, come put your pornos on Blu-ray. Blu-ray's one over HD DVD. Although Blu-rays, I would say is better, but the reason why they won was because of porno. And
that's fine.
Interactive choices came first to porno because why not? because masturbating people like choices. That's why.
Yes, that's why we got Americans like choices. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got 7 different kind of applesauces, but there's only one apple.
So there's one kind.
I don't even begin that shit.
Listen, but no, there's different kinds of apple. There's Macintosh apple and there's pear apple.
It's red and green, bro. There's red and green. So be like, yo, this is applesauce, but it got pear in it, so it's not applesauce.
So it's apple pear sauce. What is it? So question: does this change the outcome of the whole story?
Yes, sir.
So then you can watch like different combinations.
I guess 3 different. Yep.
Every time will be a different experience. Oh, that's cool. That's cool as hell.
You know, it's dope. I'm killing Jason Todd though, because you got to become Red Hood.
Yeah, Jason Todd. I mean, the reason
Red Hood's fire, bro.
You know, can I tell you? There's a lot of interviews. Oh, this is what happened. The DeLorean crashed.
Ooh, you ran out of elf magic, bro. Damn.
Shit. When can I tell you this? I heard an interview a long time ago with I don't know if it was with Danny O'Neill or with somebody else that they were gonna kill Robin no matter what. Like everybody hated Robin and they had made the choice, but they made a multiple choice shit where you called in to see if you wanted to save Robin or you wanted to.
That's horrible, man. Why people hate on Robin so much, yo?
Because Jason Todd was a fucking punk and nobody should have liked him. Sorry.
You know, you ain't lying though. Jason Todd was. That's why I said he got a fake die because he got to become Red Hood because that's when he was his best. Is Red Hood.
They redeemed the character with that, but he was still a piece of shit.
Yeah. You know that's what that was. You know what I mean? But still.
What else you got?
Alrighty. Green Hornet animated series from the Kevin Smith in the works.
So Kevin Smith, at some point, Kevin Smith wrote a fuck. This is horrible. I'm gonna stop doing this. I'm like trying to fix this, and you can see it's like my dad card. So Kevin Smith had written a Green Hornet script for Seth Rogen. They hired him to write it and direct it. He backed out. He got super scared. That screenplay never got made into the movie. Another screenplay got made into the movie. His screenplay became a comic book series. And now this company that owns the rights to the Green Hornet is like, yo, come back and write this for us. Now, here's where I have a problem, maybe. This is not the Green Hornet and Kato. This is the Green Hornet's son and Kato's daughter.
It's a legacy.
It's a next generation thing.
Mm-hmm.
The good news is that he's talking a lot about Batman the Animated Series as a template to do it, and that's good news. But I don't know how I feel about the children of heroes taking over mantles.
Same here.
I always feel like, I mean, look, it worked with Green Arrow when Connor Hawke became Green Arrow. I really liked that, but that was a really complicated story that had a lot of depth. His mother was a criminal, a bad guy from the Justice League that the Green Arrow fucked because he can't keep his dick in his pants, and so they had
he's Oliver Queen and he rich.
Yeah, Oliver Queen had a baby, but the thing is that he had a baby with a bad guy that you knew was a bad guy, and so it's complicated. And he grows up in a monastery, learning how to fight and how to shoot arrows. And he was an interesting.
Oh, it sounds like
character.
Damon Wayans.
Was that?
Sounds like Damon Wayans.
Kind of. That's another character that kind of works because there's a history with
right?
Cool.
Yeah, right. Like it's something about him that just. Yeah, I get it. Like, you know what I mean?
But the other part, the interesting part about that is that you have a history since the 80s of a Ra's al Ghul and Talia al Ghul. Like, you know, like
the League of Assassins.
And the fact that Talia al Ghul and Bruce Wayne kind of want to be in love with each other, but they can't because of what she represents. But
her 40,000-year-old father.
Right. So you know, like there's something there that works, but just to have somebody's kid, and the Green Hornet. Look, the Green Hornet is a descendant of. The Green Hornet is a descendant of the Lone Ranger, right? He's his great grandson or nephew, one or the other. And now, if you have this just be the kid of this guy, whom, you know, when's the last time you saw a Green Hornet story?
Yeah, for real.
Like, who cares that you're the kid? Why couldn't you just reinvent the character or make it
that was just about that. Perfect. You said it perfect. It's like there's really not that much emotional attachment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like
there's nothing withholding you to it to be like, oh, it's not like Batman Beyond. This is not Batman Beyond. This is just
exactly.
You could have just stole Batman.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, for real. Like, yeah, like we will be up in flames if. Wait, would you? So you just starting and he's not Bruce? Then he's not Batman. Unless there was a Bruce and he gave it to him. Right. And that's how that works.
That's how that works. And Bruce still has to be around. Like, I don't care that he's old.
Yeah. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like when he showed up in that old suit, bro, in the suit in Batman Beyond, bro, still one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, here's
now,
a story.
Speaking of bringing things back. Word. Speaking about bringing things back. So scientists have resurrected 100 million year old underwater life form. How about if that was the shit that killed the dinosaurs?
So here's the thing. So this is bacteria that has survived 100 million years. Bacteria.
Déjalo. Leave it there. Stop. I've seen this movie. It's Contagion.
I don't need to, bro. Talking about living in a world that we live in a science fiction life. Talking about living in a science fiction life. 100 million year old shit that's gonna create some mutation. We're gonna have fucking zombies. As a matter of fact, do you hear? There's a story that I didn't put here about cicadas or grasshoppers, one or the other, that are contracting this virus that are making them into zombies.
I think it's cicadas. They're and they're eating each other and shit like that.
Did you hear me?
And it's crazy.
Did you hear me?
And there's a lotus. There's also an unprecedented amount of lotus.
Yeah, because nothing is killing them. Nothing is killing them.
Yeah, yo, bro.
Yo. Like on uncounted amounts of lotus that are zombies.
I Goosebumps just thinking about it, yo.
What the fuck, bro?
God, I got goosebumps just thinking
What
about that shit.
the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
I gotta shake it off. Gave me the hibbity-jibbities, bro. It's like, woo.
So, look, we have enough fucking problems with fucking killing hornets.
Yo, we got 100-million-year-old life forms being brought back. We got zombies, cicadas, we got lotuses, and we got UFOs. What the fuck? We're in a Stephen King book, bro.
Look, legit, some shit like, if this isn't the end of the world, legit, I don't know what is. Like, it couldn't possibly. I'm not saying that it couldn't get possibly worse now. Of course it can. But
it can always get worse. But
of course, but you cannot tell me that that the end of the world cannot be. It's gonna be worse than what is already happening consequentially. You know what I'm saying?
Like, if this ain't the start of it, then the world ain't never gonna end. We just do it. You know what I mean? Like, if this ain't the start,
right?
You don't gotta worry about nothing, bro.
Shit, 100-million-year-old bacteria. Leave it the fuck alone.
Leave it the fuck alone.
And dude,
leave it alone.
Listen, you found it. Great. Why are you waking it the fuck up? What is the
exactly?
need?
What if this shit is Thanos? You know what I mean? Like, that's how motherfuckers release curses in, like, the movies, like The Mummies and stuff like that. Like, no, I want to open the sarcophagus. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, we're about to release the plague on us. Like, why?
I'm telling you, bro, zombies, they're coming. We already have them. They're here. What else we got here?
Lord of the Rings Amazon series reportedly includes Sauron,
Galadriel, and Elrond.
And Elrond. That's my boy.
So the show takes place in the second age, right? So the first age is kind of like the creation of the world and the elves and blah, blah, blah. And the second age is Sauron falling from grace. His boss, the first age ends when Sauron's boss gets killed. And then the second age starts with Sauron kind of like gathering power and becoming and making the rings and all of that, right? So that's going to be fantastic. But I don't know. I was a little bit happier that we were never going to see any characters from Lord of the Rings. Any.
I feel you on that, because there's always you might step on something and you know what I mean, try to change, you know what I mean, like, you know, try to tell it better, and by telling it better you're stepping on the, you know, the original stuff like that. But yo, them elves is cool as hell, bro. Yo, them elves are so cool, yo. Like, this is the first time I was like, damn, man, I wish I had little pointy ears, bro. Maybe if I had little pointy ears, I can do that.
I also think that if you're gonna go down this path, I'm hoping beyond hope, somewhere down the line, you're gonna tell The Hobbit and you're gonna tell The Lord of the Rings. Somewhere down the line. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I lost my headphones, so it's gonna be a little loud. So we'll see. I mean, I'm hoping that it turns into the way where we get that story being told, you know. And we'll see. I mean, and getting these people in it. If you're gonna get these people in it, you gotta give me Gandalf, right?
Yeah, for real, right? That like you can't just. Well, that's the problem. You got to bring, if you have to bring them all back, or you don't bring none of them back.
Right.
All right. Moving on now. Willow's sequel series from Ron Howard is in active development. That's bad. Before you could be like, yeah, that's what's up. Now it's like, yo, shit, when are they gonna shoot?
Also, Val Kilmer.
You know what I mean?
Also, you got no Val Kilmer, right?
The child could tip the balance between good and evil.
So, do I want to see this with no Val Kilmer? Um,
That's very him.
Time for an unlikely
well, the truth is that Ron Howard, what he said is Disney Plus, Disney, Lucasfilm, none of them said they wanted the series. He's just making it. So he's willing his
Listen,
way
faggot.
into getting a series. So
He said, "Build it and they shall come."
let's see how that goes for him. I hope it goes okay.
All right, Star Trek Discovery Season 3 premiere date announced October 15th.
Let's go.
You think shit was shortened because I know they like we think like yo sometimes some of these TV shows they're shooting like a month before, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like very fucking close. It ain't like movies that they'll just have it in the, in the stash for 2 years and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I think.
Do you think my question was, do you think it's it's the whole story?
I think
you know
so.
What I'm saying?
I think so because I think they can get away. I think what happens in a show like Star Trek, because it's kind of like a movie because it's so effects heavy. There's so many CGI effects and so many things that happen that, they probably, listen, when they were doing like the Next Generation, they were literally finishing effects the week the episode will be shipped out.
Yeah. That's how television be sometimes.
But
right?
I don't think that this show works that way. Because I think they have a necessity in certain countries to dump out the entire series. While here they do it weekly, I think there are places where, like, through their business connection, like Netflix is the people that drop the series outside of the United States. And I think Netflix might be a place where they just dump all the episodes at once. Let's say in England or in France, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm assuming. So, maybe.
Hopefully it's just because I know that happened with The Flash. It was cut 3 episodes short. That last season started off really good, and then it was just like you're just looking around.
Like, that's it?
Like, what the? And then the dude that they were freaking censoring the tail end of that season, which was gonna start the other season, got fired for some racist shit.
Yeah, the actor got
Bruh, damn, that's a curveball. That's a curveball. That
See that you're right.
shout out to actors, bro. Yo, like, I don't know if y'all watch behind the scenes like me and Six, but yo, sometimes some scenes are like you said, like in Star Trek. Some shit is all green screen. Like, they're not seeing what we're seeing until it's made. Like, yo, that is amazing, yo. Like,
That's a different level.
honestly, I don't know how to be anybody but myself, so I would be horrible.
Well, but the other problem is that my imagination and your imagination are two different things. Like, if they said, all right, on your left, there's going to be a ship coming. And I may imagine, like, oh, it's a little ship, so fuck that shit. But you imagine, like, oh my God, it looks like the Star Destroyer. And I'm like, nah, man, it's like the Millennium Falcon. It's okay. In our heads.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. I don't know that works so well. That's why we're not actors and they are.
That's exactly why we're not, bro. That's exactly why we're not. We'd be there arguing like, no. It's a big ship. I would not be afraid of a small ship. So Thor, Love and Thunder to start shooting at the beginning of next year.
What was that you were saying?
Yeah, how do you feel about Natalie? How do you feel about Natalie Portman suddenly back?
That's weird. That's weird.
Right? Why? Like, honestly, like, what? Did they really? I just want to be a fly on the wall. Like, did they really think that character was that important? Because I haven't even thought about her since.
What's interesting to me is that why is she so important? Because you could have brought back.
That's what I'm saying.
Not even the character, but like the actors. Because you could bring back the character and have somebody else play it. But I think Kevin Feige has a bent will to be like, I want this to be so and so. so it has to be so and so. You know, and I don't know, but my problem is once again, this is one of those things that Thor: Love and Thunder. Now we know that the script is at least 90% done. If they're talking about shooting at the beginning of next year.
Shooting. They have a date for shooting. Yeah.
How do you know? I mean, although Europe and a lot of other just not the United States have or America in general, all of the other continents.
Holland, I believe, is it? Holland is open. Like their studios are open. I think it's Holland.
I think so.
Like
and
I know for sure. Like there's one.
England is back to work. Germany is completely back to work. But America as a continent has been so fucking bad at doing this.
And then also too, remember, there's a little grace period that you need when you enter and when you are able to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like before you leave, you gotta quarantine yourself. And then after you get there, you gotta quarantine yourself. So you gotta think about all of that logistics and all of that stuff. That shit is crazy, bro. Producers are actually gonna be earning their money.
For real. For real. Now, here's a story. Here's something that I have a problem with. Because The Witcher is getting The Witcher Blood is a Netflix spin-off series that's a prequel.
And it's animated too. And it's animated.
No.
I believe. Oh, it's live action. So they're doing another there's a Witcher animated thing coming also too. Right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's also a Witcher animated series.
So they really put it.
They're milking it. There's 3 games.
They're Walking Dead.
There's 3 games. You can make 19 movies.
They're Walking Dead in this fucking show, huh?
Before it hasn't, and honestly, it hasn't even picked up. If you get what I'm trying to say, like. Because I like the game, I will watch the second season. But if I didn't know the game, I probably maybe would not have watched. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. I don't think it's a smash. To be completely honest with you, I just think it's lukewarm. It's alright. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've wasted my time on worse things. But I've also seen better shit.
That's what I was trying to ask you. And now, this sounds interesting because it's like 3,000 years before The Witcher, and it's all like these things being created from scratch. So when I read the description of the show, it sounded better than The Witcher to me. So yeah. I'm into it, but is it really that good? Is it really maybe it's doing better like in other continents than it's doing.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. 100% sure.
That is making them so happy to spend billions of dollars doing more and more and more.
Because they're giving it a prequel and an animated series. Wow. Yeah, somebody's a fan. Somebody's a fan. Somebody with money to greenlight shit is a fan.
Somebody doing something right. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm interested in watching this because the description sounds really good. It sounds more like a Lord of the Rings universe than this, because this is very dark and gritty. And
also that The Witcher 2, also, even when you're playing the games, they put in a lot of thought into like the random books you find, to like lores and little things like that. Like they really put in thought. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, just make a little, like, no, there's actually little stories within the game that if you collect all of the books, you can read through this, this witchcraft or this region has a history or this myth, you know what I'm saying? So
that's what I mean. Like it's more like this prequel sounds more Lord of the Rings and less like I don't know, like Conan the Barbarian. I don't know what to less like the Scorpion King.
Yo, don't ever mention that shit again. The Rock don't even mention that shit again. Bruh. Wow, Scorpion King, bro. They thought they had something with that, yo. Ooh, they said, yo. The last two mummies sucked, but fuck it, niggas is gonna come watch the Scorpion King.
And The Rock wasn't The Rock then, you know what I'm saying?
No. He wasn't Dwayne Johnson.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I should
He was
rephrase that.
still very much, if you smell, you know what I
should
mean?
rephrase that. He was The Rock. He wasn't Dwayne Johnson. You're right. Oh shit! I keep kicking this fucking Valkyrie. Put this over here. I'm fucking everything up on this table today. This episode is full of shit falling apart.
Blunders.
Yeah, man. I think that I'm very excited about this Witcher prequel series, and I hope that it turns out good. And we shall see what happens. What's coming up next? You know.
Yes, sir.
That's it for me. You have anything else? Bring in.
About to watch. I watched the first episode of Umbrella Academy season 2. I can tell you, I care more for this season and its plot than last season, but it's because the setup. You know what I mean? So,
Gotcha.
I actually I like season 1 more now that I see what they're doing with season 2. And sometimes it's like that. And I think The Witcher is going to be like that also.
That's
what I think.
I want to like The Witcher, but I can't get into it. But I'll definitely try. I've tried twice. I'm gonna try.
Yo, it was hard, yo. It was, listen, I played the video game, so to me, it was like, you know, but that was about it. You know what I mean? Literally, that was about it.
See, we'll see. All right, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for hitting like and subscribing.
And telling a friend to tell a friend
Yeah.
tells a friend.
And we'll see you next week.
That's the end of the video. And bye. Don't forget to subscribe. That's it.